Alright guys, thank you for coming back to my channel. As promised from my last video, where I spoke about the range strip that I had where I took her out, shot about 300 to 350 rounds, more or less. Breakdown video, the one that I've been mentioning so much. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so here we have, I'm going to start tip to butt. I feel like that's the easiest. Alright, so starting tip to butt, here we go. We have the Breek Arms. I forgot what this brake is called. But it's a Breek Arms brake. It has the brake holes and little ports at the top. I really enjoy this. I shot it one time without the suppressor, and yeah, it functions. It does mitigate the recoil, felt at least by the shooter, but she is loud and concussive. The one round that I shot her unsuppressed, she she made a huge fireball. I'll tell you that. But to make her, I have here my Stacy's mom. This is an suppressor Stacy's mom. I went with the full size, not the K, because who argues and complains about a little bit of length, right?
What did he say?
Full flow through tip. CAC Plan B mount on here. Love it. Solid. Happy with this purchase. I would recommend it 10 out of 10 times. She's not gonna break the bank. She's cheap. She's resilient. Name says it all. And you know, Stacy's mom, she's hot. Yeah, moving on. I have here a Roscoe's Manufacturing 11.5. I believe this is the Bloodline barrel. So 1 in 7 twist, 4150 CMV. You know, really good barrel. I'm really happy with this purchase. I would, for a future build, I would like recommend anyone to get a Roscoe barrel. Made it with the Roscoe barrel. I have the Roscoe V2 non-adjustable gas block. Reason being is because I figured a barrel comes from the factory ported to a specific specification, and I figured that a gas block that comes from the same company, you know, it'll match up, creating, you know, better mating surfaces, or not even better mating surfaces, just overall better performance, because both are milled and drilled for the precise port for their barrels, right? So that's my take on it. I have a Lantac gas tube. Reason I have a Lantac gas tube is because I have a Lantac bolt carrier group here. I went with a Lantac because I knew she was going to be suppressed when I built her out, and you know, she's an EBCG. Supposedly she was going to be good on gas, at least redirecting it away from the face of the shooter. You can see here one of the ports where she will shoot forward. These shoot out, but this one shoots forward, and she got dirty there, so I'm guessing she's working. And yeah. So yeah. Then I have Geisley's automatic Mark 8 10.5 inch handguard. I love this handguard. I wanted a beefier look. I wanted something that, you know, didn't seem so skinny or slim. Also get some more space from the barrel of my hand. You know, since I was gonna run her suppressed, I knew she was gonna run hotter than a rifle that's being shot unsuppressed. So I figured, you know, having a little bit more space, more breathing room will help with cooling. And it does. She heats up crazy. She does heat up. I didn't wear gloves to the range, and I was feeling it, but you know, we kept trucking through. Even with a low round count of just 300 to 350 rounds, she got really hot, and it was, none of it was rapid fire or anything. No FRT in here as of yet. Maybe in the future. I don't know. I haven't jumped on that wagon just yet. I'm just trying to enjoy what I have and get good at being able to shoot. I don't know. I feel like if you haven't mastered being able to shoot, hit targets accurately, there's no point in getting an FRT, right? That's just me. But yes, here I have the BCM grip and a Daniel Defense. I don't know if you can see here, Daniel Defense front iron sight. That's what I have here. No back iron sight. The back iron sight is actually the Unity Tactical riser. There's a built-in rear iron there, so I figured no need for that rear iron from Daniel Defense. I have it around there somewhere, but I use it for something else if I need it for the future. On top of this, I have for a dot, I'm running the SIG Romeo 5. I am really enjoying this dot. I'm liking the look. Small, compact. You know, I haven't heard any complaints from it. Many people have tested it on YouTube. You can look it up. Nothing but great reviews. She's a budget option. She's not going to break the bank. She'll get the job done, you know. A lot of the parts that I have on here are very expensive, or at least cost more than just mil spec. And yeah, I decided I didn't have to break the bank for an optic. I just wanted a simple red dot. Don't need any night vision capabilities, since I don't run any night vision goggles, or yeah, I don't have anything for night vision, so there's no point, at least for now. I have these sitting on a Sons of Liberty Gunworks upper. It was a stripped upper, and I went ahead and got a Sons of Liberty forward assist and a Magpul QD dust cover. Okay, I'm running a Geissele Super Duty charging handle, and yeah, I have a Sons of Liberty receiver extension. She's a pistol configuration, SB brace, SBA5, I believe. I love it. She's a trooper, man. I can't complain. I might SBR her in the future. I'm not in no rush at the moment, simply because I'm not a big fan of having to engrave my lowers. So once that goes away, yeah, I don't want to have to engrave my lowers. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. For the lower, running a Griffin Mark II. She's a 99% ambi lower. Reason being is because safety selector is only on one side. That's preference, shooter's preference. For mine, it's just that as I'm toggling the safety, when I have an ambi, she kind of bites at my finger here a little bit, and it's a little uncomfortable. I don't think it makes sense for me to buy the ambi control if it's going to make me feel uncomfortable. It's not necessary. Not everything has to be ambi. I bought the lower simply because I liked the lower. I thought it was pretty cool having the ambi controls, but that wasn't the selling point for me. To be very honest with you, the selling point for me was the adjustable screw in the back that helps the rigidity of the receivers when they meet. So yeah, very little wiggle between the receiver sets, even if they're mismatched, like this Franken build, even if they're mismatching brands. That was the selling point for me, and I'm sure there's other companies that do it, maybe even for cheaper than what this goes for. This isn't extremely expensive, but yeah, so I don't know. I wanted it, I got it, right? Flare Magwell factory, bolt release. Yeah, you already know. I had a die-free cold grip, and I recently switched it out to this K2 grip, and I have to say I like it a lot better. The vertical grip from Die-Free-Co is great. It is a lot better than the original, just Magpul MOE grip. But I feel it's too forward and too vertical for me. And this is much more comfortable for me. And yeah, this is my build. Oh, also, before I forget, this is the Geissele SSAE trigger. I love this trigger. Prior to this, I had a, let me pull her out from here. This is nothing special. It's just a regular PSA lower with a mil-spec trigger. She's heavy, not too heavy, but yeah. Maybe 4.5 pounds. But this is way different. The experience shooting, especially for precision, I feel as though this is a lot better. Just for the simple fact that this is right on the wall. This doesn't have a take up at all. She's on the wall and then it's fire. So yeah, that's just me though. I guess that's just preference. Depends on who you are, what you're trying to do. But I love this trigger. I would totally buy it again. I got it on sale on Primary Arms. Yeah, this is my build. Oh, I think lastly, paying attention to the details, BCM end plate. Just cause, right? Cause it's not necessary. When I was building this out, I wasn't trying to build anything specific, right? I wasn't trying to build out a full Griffin piece by piece. I wasn't trying to build out a Geisley piece by piece. I wanted to build out a rifle by hand myself from scratch, from zero, right? Buying every single part from whichever company I wanted. Ultimately, I saw something I liked, I bought it, and this is the end result. Obviously, could I have done better? Could I have switched a couple things? Maybe. Would I? I'm not sure I would. To be very sincere, I'm happy with the outcome of this build. Like I said, I took her to the range. I shot her. She did phenomenal. She didn't give me any hiccups. Yeah, she ran smooth. I cannot complain with this build, especially being my first build. I can't complain. I'm happy with it. I would say I did spend money in places that weren't necessary. Maybe to other people it is necessary. To myself, no, not really. Did I need this lower specifically? No. Did I want a lower that I felt was potentially gonna give me features that I thought were beneficial to me? Yes. Am I happy with this purchase? Yes. Would I buy it again? Yes. Would I buy a cheaper lower, or one that's not fully ambi, or one that doesn't have the set screw on the bottom? Yeah, I would. To be sincere with you, I don't think it really matters the brand as much, because for example, PSA, I have that lower there. PSA gets a lot of flack, but it's a mil-spec lower. It's everyone has a PSA lower, whether they like PSA or not. But yeah, that's a different video. But that's probably, you can even get this on sale, maybe a fourth, or a third of the price. I would say even a fourth of the price occasionally, but I would say at the very least a third of the price of this lower. And at the end of the day, the lower is it's just gonna hold some pins, the safety, and the trigger, and it's gonna hold your mag. The most important components are gonna be the upper. Now with the upper on this build, I went with a Roscoe barrel. That's considered budget. Would I buy it again? I said it earlier. Yes, I would. I don't necessarily always think that expensive means better always. I believe that it's much more than just a number or a price tag. Something comes with it, and sometimes a Roscoe barrel or a Criterion, right? Two great barrels. I haven't had experience with a Criterion, but I did a lot of research prior to building this out, just to make sure I knew what I was getting into when I was building this out. I didn't want to have any regrets, and thankfully I don't. But Criterions are rated for great accuracy. Roscoe's don't fall too far behind, if not short at all. To me, they perform neck and neck, right? It depends on the barrel. It depends on the ammo, the rifle build, the length. A lot goes into it. but for the most part, the differences are very minute, and I think it is more driven from the differences can be more based on the shooter rather than the rifle, right? So the barrel can only function as well as the shooter that's controlling it or putting rounds through it. If that makes sense. But yeah, this is a good build to me. I feel as though I spent money in areas, but I saved money in other areas where I deemed I could. I don't regret the red dot. Would I switch out the red dot in the future? Maybe. I'm learning as I'm going, and yeah, I can't complain. I'm happy with it. This isn't the final result. I'm still missing a light. I'm looking into that. I'm just taking my time. I'm not trying to rush to please anyone. I'm not trying to rush a build or a project to take a picture and post it online, even though that's what I do. But that comes from a love for this and a passion that's growing each and every day. I'm proud of this. I'm proud of the fact that I built this on my own, from 2 stripped receivers and putting everything together myself for the first time, and it worked. So there's a sense of pride in that, and yeah, I'm very happy. Would I SBR her in the future? Yes, I think I would. I think a stock will look much better here, but for now I have no complaints. I'm not in any rush. This brace works more than fine. I know a lot of people like to say otherwise. Man, you can't feed into everything. The space needs people with their own opinions rather than running with the opinions of people that they hear online day in and day out. But I digress. These are just my opinions. I might touch that topic on a later video. But yeah, I can't complain. I'm happy with it, man, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll take her to the range, shoot a couple more 100 rounds. Then I might check her out to see if there's any flaws in her, any leaks in her that I need to be aware of. But yeah, so far she's good. I have no other plans other than getting the light. I might switch out this grip. I'm not sure yet what I want to do. The rifle looks very good. Suppressed with the suppressor mounted. I'm not going to do it because of YouTube. I'm not going to put her on because of YouTube. But also she's curing. I put some Roxette because I forgot to put Roxette on my muzzle brake and on the suppressor mount. And when I was taking off the suppressor, the brake actually broke loose. So letting her cure while I'm shooting this video now. But yeah, I am looking forward to building another rifle. I have actually plans for this PSA lower. I'm not going to get too much in detail into what I'm going to do. You guys will see. I still have to buy a couple of parts for the upper and a new grip. This is what I'm saying. You see the difference between the K2 and the MOE grip. It's very different. At least the feel and hand. Can't really tell too much in this video. Maybe because I'm lining it up wrong. There you go. You can kind of see it there. See the angles? K2 all the way. But yeah, new build on the way. I'm excited. I'm gonna try something different. And yeah, stay tuned for that, man. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I hope, I'm new to Instagram. I'm new to Instagram and I'm new to YouTube, so hit that like button. Subscribe if you'd like. I don't have the fanciest things, right? But I'm just a passionate dude. I'm a regular guy with a 9-to-5 and a family. Doing what I can while having priorities. This is my hobby, my pastime. Something that I'm growing to love. Something I'm growing to love. But yeah, stay tuned. like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at ammo_arms, same as my YouTube page. I might leave a link down below. But thank you guys for watching. Peace.